I've spent the last few weeks deep in the weeds contacting vendors for a market research project that I had up and coming. And let me tell you something, part of the industry still feels like they're running up behind. Here's the problem: sales is not research. I've talked to some sales rep from some big name players such as Qualtrics, Question Pro, Medallia, and most account folks are selling a product, not a solution. You ask about sampling logic, and they talk about your dashboard features that you would have, your software licensing that you would eventually pay for, but if you mention more about feasibility, they tell you about their new AI tool, and it's a total disconnect. And as a researcher, you end up being the translator between what you actually need and what they think they're selling. The second thing is speed. Getting a simple quote takes 2 days, and I usually got a follow up within a week. And I'm not asking for miracles or for it to be instantly within the next minute, but in a world where we have AI and even their software has really great AI with statistical analysis, it can't be that hard to just run a simple calculator to get a price for the sample you need. Additionally, the priorities are completely off. I have mentioned HIPAA or even a business associate agreement, and it was really quiet. But when I had mentioned about the max diff or conjoint analysis that I had planned to do in the future, suddenly these sales reps and account executives were really excited to talk about their AI and how the survey that is hosted on their platforms are really helpful. But I had steered back the conversation to audience sourcing, sampling feasibility, and it's right back to the usual, well, we could do about 400 completes, and that's nationally representative. And while that might be true, not every study is national, and sometimes I need someone that is really specific, and that nuance seems to vanish the moment you say it. Then there's basic sales hygiene. I had one rep that had joined with poor audio and asked for my email before I even introduced myself, or before he told me anything about the platform. And look, I'm not trying to be a lead in their CRM. I just want to know what their product is and if that software could help me and if they could source my audience in the first place. Just tell me what it is, what it does, and if it solves my problem, then we could be a partner. But they wanted to fill out a form based on the information I give them based on our call. Now, from all of this experience, it reminds me of a Grant Cardone clip that I had seen years and years ago when I was still in high school. And that clip was Grant Cardone had asked one of their guests in their businesses a rep on the highest price of the product that they sell, and the rep could not had answered. And that same energy is all over this space. The lead nurturing playbook might work in B2C, but in B2B research, that's not exactly what we're looking for when we need a vendor. We need a partnership. And maybe I'm just venting, but it's kind of wild that the market research industry itself is considered insights, but it seems kind of slow when evolving. We talk about AI and research and being very data driven and agile research, but our sales process still looks like 2012. If we want to stay relevant, we need vendors who actually understand research, responds fast, and respect buyers' time. Until then, researchers will keep doing what we always do, finding creative workarounds. And that's why I tell you, all you really need is just Microsoft or Google Forms to do your research.